Whoa, what's up, guys? It's your boy, CCJB, the Scooby-Doo here, bringing you guys a game of Domination on Slums. In this game, I'm going to be teaching you guys how to win every game, or most games, in public matches, or, any match. So, to start off, I just want to make this clear that, this is only mainly going to pertain to, objective games like Domination, Demolition, and Capture the Flag. So if you guys are, looking for, a slang video like for kill confirmed and stuff like that, then if I get maybe 10 likes on this video, then I'll make another video talking about how to slay and how to, slay effectively. So the first thing we need to talk about is we need to talk about how I like to play, and how I like to play, I like to call it aggressive rushing. And how aggressive rushing works is that, I try to push up, I try to rush, but, I know when enough is enough, and I like to post up a little bit and, get the kills, but, still playing the objectives. You'll notice right here how I'm, pertaining towards the enemy flag, but still, still watching my corners and still sticking to the outside of the map. That's how I like to get my high kill streaks. That's how you notice, I usually play and how I try to play. But, I mean, due to the recent patch, it makes it a lot harder, so, it takes kind of the idea of aggressive rushing or tactical rushing, and it kind of twists it around to the point where you can't really rush as much. You gotta more let them come to you, so you gotta be a little bit more passive on your tacticalness. Well, that's enough of that. It's for another commentary for another time. Right now the commentary is about how to use my strategy to your advantage to win every single game, and the trick is map control. Yeah, guys, I know that, it's been emphasized so much, but how you win at Call of Duty is you have to have the perfect map control. And Slums is one of the best, examples of it. This is why I picked this map. It's a fair gunfight, it's just basically a giant rectangle. So, it's really up to you how you like to play it. So you'll notice how my team is, staying towards maybe 2/3 of the map while we still let our other team spawn. This is also called spawn trapping. However, you notice that our greeny teams, or my greeny teammates, will also, push up and flip the spawns, which ultimately lead to this game being a very close game. But that's basically, that's why they, actually capture a flag. But that's, again, another commentary for another day. Back to the gameplay. Right now I'm running the some pretty aggressive kill streaks. You'll notice orbital VSAT, dogs, and swarm. This is mainly, I usually use this when I'm trying to get the 100+ games, or when I'm trying to get my kill streak cycling. But I mean, this is also a really great class to dominate the enemy team with. And it's basically how you get this head start, because the orbital VSAT, it not only helps you, but it helps your whole team. I mean, who doesn't like their team having an orbital VSAT? It overall just helps the team, and it helps you get more map control. So that's step one of how to win Call of Duty games. You notice my teammate right there dies, and that's the second part. You guys have to have patience. You guys got to know when to rush, when not to rush, and when to call it quits. So you'll notice right here, instead of cycling my kill streaks, or instead of rushing out, or like right there, instead of rushing out, I knew there was another team there, there's another enemy there, so I knew I had to wait. And back to, if you haven't already seen my how to get 100+ games, or how to get a high kill streak, then I'm gonna link it down in the description. And what it basically tells me, or tells you guys, is you guys need to be proficient with every weapon, whether it be the Scar H, the PDW, or even the Remington 870. You have to be good with every single weapon, and you have to be able to kill with every single weapon, which ultimately leads me to my success. So yeah, guys, that's how I get a lot of gunfight success. But I mean, again, another time for another commentary. Now you notice right now I'm saving up my kill streaks, both the swarm and the dogs. This isn't just just to give them just to start dominating next round. It's also that because next round I'll have more time, and next round we get to the other side. So I think that because we're in this great lead, all I need to do is call in these 2 kill streaks, and I'll just have the ultimate lead, and they're not going to come back. And I mean, already we're up by at least, what, 80, 90 points? So it is almost impossible for them to come back. And yeah, guys, that's how you get the early lead. That's how, you start getting the high kill streaks. That's when you start getting the, really high kill streaks, and, how you get the 204 games. So yeah, guys, this first part of the commentary, how to get the lead. Second part will be how to hold the lead. Whoa, what's up, guys? It's your boy, CCJB, the Scooby-Doo here, teaching you guys how to win every Call of Duty match. Now, this is part 2 of the commentary. If you guys haven't already noticed, I have saved my kill streaks for this exact moment. Yes, guys, kind of like the Phil Collins songs, I've been waiting my whole life, or been waiting for my whole life for this moment. I am waiting anxiously to call in these kill streaks and to unleash hell upon the enemy. And now I begin to rain fire in my dogs. And this right here is the beginning of the end, where you see canine after canine, swarm death after swarm death, and where ultimately the game comes to a close. And you'll see already, it's maybe not even a minute in, and we already have the B flag. Now, the only reason this game isn't featured as a 100+ game, or another, 70 and 4, is because of that death right there. That death basically stops me from, cycling my kill streaks to a point where it's just ridiculous, and cycling, them, even just getting a cycle going. So right now, you'll see I'm, rotating, or I'm getting all these swarm kills, just trying to, keep it cool, keep it easy, just trying to pick off these guys that are trying to kill my dogs. I know that if I can get these guys killing my dogs, that just makes it easier for my teammates to secure the position. Somehow they think it's a great idea to let our teammates know exactly where they're capping, which isn't the best idea. If you guys are trying to come back from a gameplay, which will be again another commentary, then it's just not how you want to do it. And right here is the end of this comment. Not exactly, literally the end of the commentary, but this is the end. The nail in the coffin. My teammates getting our kill streaks. Yes, guys, it is the most important part of winning, is getting your teammates their kill streaks, because that means not only are you doing good, but they're doing good, and that is ultimately what Call of Duty is about. It's all about you and your team doing good, not an individual, unless you're playing free-for-all. Again, another commentary. It's all about the team, and that, my friends, is how you win. That's how you play, by playing the position the Slayer. If you guys want to learn how you play the position of capping, or being the guy who risks his life, then throw down a comment in the description saying, look, I want to win being the guy who throws his life on the on the flag. Yeah, guys, this has been your boy CCJV Scooby-Doo. Comment, rate, and subscribe, and I am out. Peace.